I'm Asif Kapadia. I'm the director of Senna. I'm going to talk you through this sequence. So this is Japan, 1989. This is the penultimate race in the championship, and Ayrton Senna has to win the race in order to beat Alain Prost for the World Championship. And the way the film has been constructed, it's made 100% using the archive footage of the time. And so what we've done is we've looked all over the world in archives in Japan, in Sao Paulo, in Brazil, in France, in Italy, in Paris and in London, particularly in the Formula One archives owned by Bernie Ecclestone, in order to get all of this footage to construct a movie. Our aim was always for it to play like an action film, to play like a drama, to play like a classic three-act structure. And this is like a chase scene. This is Senna with the yellow helmet. We're only ever in the car with him, following down Alain Prost, who was considered the best driver at the time, and he has to beat him in this race to win the championship. And it's really this cat and mouse race, and we have to take an hour, 40 minutes, hour 45 race and construct it and squeeze it down to 2 or 3 minutes. And this is the pivotal moment in the championship. Senna tries to overtake and Prost turns into him, and this is very famous because there were 2 races that ended in crashes. This rivalry between the two of them became so bitter that in this case Prost, to us, turns into Senna. The following year, 1990, Senna is then ahead in points and he wreaks his own revenge. And what we've done is we've just found footage from all over the place. So this footage, for example, in the car with Senna, we found from a Japanese archive owned by Fuji. All of this footage here. Other footage we've taken from England, and other footage has come from Brazil. So we have the commentary from Brazil. The idea, in a way, for when you're watching the film, for us to feel like we're Brazilian, to feel on the side of Senna. Most of this material has never been seen. A lot of it was on TV, but they used different camera angles, much higher camera positions, and our aim was always to make it feel more dramatic and faster and tense. Little details like the clock were constructed by Matt Curtis, our graphics guy. So every time you see any logos, any information on the screen, all of that has been created to make it feel like it's in the moment of the archive footage. I love this sequence just for the fact that we stay in the car for the whole pit stop. You know, they have to change the entire front wing, but they do it so quickly. It feels like we're stopping for ages, but it's only like 17 seconds. And here we go. There's no speed limit. Nowadays you have speed limits on the pit lane, but here he's going like crazy. He's got to overtake this car in order to win the race, just to stay in the championship. We have other footage that we found of Alain Prost going, rather than going back to the pits, going to talk to the stewards in order to complain that Senna had a push, which is another very pivotal moment in history, because Senna thinks if he wins this race, he's still in the championship. What he doesn't know is off the track, his great rival is already talking to the people who run the sport in order to make sure whatever he does, no matter how much he tries to win, he will be disqualified anyway. And all of this footage was put together in such a way to make it feel, hopefully, as exciting and as thrilling as possible, so that the fans who remember this race will get it. But people who've never heard of Senna, people who've never seen Formula One in their life, will also be excited by the material.